Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Paige, here once again with my first video on Legends of Tomorrow Season 3. So hopefully if you are watching this video, you have already watched and experienced the Season 2 finale of Legends of Tomorrow, which was aired yesterday. If you didn't see my review for the finale, I thought it was great, had a lot of exciting and amazing moments along with some really emotional parts as well, which when all put together, for me at least, made for not only a fitting finale for this season, but also a great stepping stone leading into next season, obviously that being Season 3. I know some people might be confused or have issues with the universe as a whole at this moment and why shows like Arrow and The Flash aren't affected by the actions of Legends of Tomorrow, which I completely understand. But I will bring out a video tomorrow which will be based around the Reverse Flash mainly, but I will go over some timeline stuff as well, as it is more suited to that video, so be on the lookout for that. So speaking of the Legends of Tomorrow Season 2 finale, as I said, it did a pretty good job at wrapping up this season's story in different areas, but one thing it also did was set up Season 3 in a pretty cool but also really confusing way. This was when we saw a time storm occur which had been introduced earlier in the episode, which pushed basically the Legends out of the temporal zone where, according to Gideon, they landed in Los Angeles 2017. But this 2017 and this Los Angeles that the Legends of Tomorrow have been shot out into is, well, not the most recognizable of places, is it? This current day Los Angeles had some very different looking buildings, futuristic in design, and then it had another feature, just some dinosaurs casually walking around. So even though that was a pretty cool way to leave the season and pick it up at the beginning of Season 3, but as I also said, it was pretty damn confusing. So I guess the real question to ask here is, what the hell is going on here? Where are the Legends? Why are there goddamn dinosaurs running around Los Angeles in 2017? Well, let's make an attempt at explaining it all and making sense of it in some way. Now, what I think is going on here is that the Legends have ended up in a reality which is not like what we have seen on The Flash and Arrow due to their actions in the past, which obviously involves interacting with their past selves in 1916. Even though these Legends that are on the Wave Rider at the moment that have crashed into Los Angeles are the ones that were in 1916 already, and it's their future selves that have travelled back who have broken the cardinal rule of time travel and have just twisted with time and, put it in an unnatural manner. The best way, and I guess the most simple way to put it, is that the Legends have essentially created their own version of Flashpoint, except I think what is happening here is much, much, much worse than what Barry did and caused through his actions. But why the futuristic building designs and the random dinosaurs? Well, I feel they might be taking a storyline from the comics just to kick off the season. I'm not saying this storyline will go through the entire season of Legends of Tomorrow Season 3, but I feel they could use it and one of its characters to feature in the first episode or two, just to lay out the events to follow for the rest of the season and what the Legends are trying to achieve. What I feel they may be adopting into the first part of Legends of Tomorrow Season 3 is the story of Kamandi, otherwise known as the Last Boy on Earth. Now, the actual story of Kamandi in the comics was actually set in a parallel dimension on Earth, so, Earth in another dimension, which you could argue is similar to what the Legends are in currently, where Earth is a victim to nuclear war and the planet has become something else. In the comics, the world looks very similar but has vegetation and such growing all over the landmarks and buildings, giving it that deserted look. On the show, obviously it looks familiar, just a bit more futuristic, which I feel they did for a couple of reasons. The first being budget, having it all look deserted and stuff would have cost a lot, and to continuously do it. And the second being that stuff done in the past may have advanced technology and the all-round world that now exists in 2017. In the comic, the world that Kamandi lives in is ruled by evolved animals, very evolved, so they have become smart, they can talk, and they have gained the ability to walk upright on two legs like humans. So they've become the dominant species on Earth. Now this is all due to the nuclear stuff and some chemical testing done beforehand. There are still humans, but they are the minority and have actually begun to devolve, I guess you could say. And they are actually slaves in this world, apart from a handful. The majority, a big majority of the humans left, are in slavery. Kamandi in the comics teamed up with some allies and actually strived to rescue all the humans from slavery, but also the threat of extinction, because as I said, there was less humans, you know, they're not breeding and stuff like that. The numbers are dwindling. So yeah, humans were on the threat of extinction in this comic book. Now, should we be expecting this to happen next season with like the Kamandi storyline or something similar? Well, no, I would be shocked if they even made an attempt at this. However, as I said, there are similarities to what was shown at the end of the Legends Season 2 finale and what happens in the Kamandi story, specifically like the deserted city and the prehistoric creatures, which on the show was obviously the dinosaurs. But I do think they could do the Kamandi storyline or elements of it in the opening 1 or 2 episodes in this new 2017 that has all the dinosaurs in it, and then learn of what happened to this Earth, which would definitely be due to what they did in the past, as well as what they might have also left behind there. We don't know if any tech or weapons were left back there, or if they had an effect on the outcome of World War One. Heaps of stuff could have happened between 1916 and now and changed events in the future for not the best, but most likely the worst. Obviously, the majority of Season 3 of Legends of Tomorrow is going to be going back and fixing mistakes that were made by them, but possibly other people as well. Like they might find, as they've been doing in Season 2, like time aberrations that need to be fixed so the future isn't affected, because certain things they might have done might have led to other things happening that they need to stop, because maybe they can't stop their past selves from doing it, something along those lines. Because I think it'd get really repetitive if every single episode was them going and stopping something that their past selves did. It would be very repetitive, so they might have to do it to other people. But the big thing which I'm very, very curious for is the villain or villains for next season. Because honestly, I have zero clue as to who they would be planning to bring in to be that antagonizing force against our heroes. It's most likely going to be the hardest decision that the showrunners and the writers will have to make, but it will be the most important, as the Legends will need, as I said, that antagonizing force who keeps pushing them throughout the season. As I said, I have zero clue, and I'm not even going to guess who it could be. Going into Season 2, I don't think anyone would have guessed that the Legion of Doom were going to be the big bads. And they turned out to be pretty awesome, largely due to Reverse Flash. Like if he wasn't there, then it might not have been as good. But still, it turned out awesome. But you would have to think the villain or villains will be trying to prevent the Legends from fixing what they broke. Whether that be because they benefit from this weird future, or because they just like to see suffering and they just want to see the world burn. Who knows? But regardless, I'm very excited to find out, because I don't think anyone's going to be able to predict who the villain could be. If you can, then you deserve a good payout. But thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, it'd be very much appreciated if you could leave a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below, do you think the Kamandi storyline could be what they're going for at least maybe the first opening 1 or 2 episodes, similar to what they did with the JSA in Season 2, you know, they set it up at the end of Season 1, and then the first couple of episodes revolved around the JSA, moving the storyline for the rest of Season 2 ahead. They could be doing that. It could be something similar to the Kamandi storyline, but maybe not as extreme as it, because I think it would be a bit of an extreme if they went and did it. But I am not expecting any of those evolved animals to come, because that would cost a lot, because it'd have to be CGI, and I think that would just be a bit too much for them to do. But yeah, let me know what you think of all of that in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys, and goodbye.